Every good hero needs a good villain. Batman's got the Joker. Sherlock Holmes has Professor Moriarty. Spider-Man has Venom or Dr. Octopus or Mysterio or, pick one. He's got a lot of good villains. But for Godzilla, I don't think there's any argument that his arch nemesis is King Ghidorah. And in today's episode, we are looking at Bandai's offering of Ghidorah's very first appearance. And by that, I mean that both figuratively and literally. So much like every major Bandai Premium, they come in these wonderful big boxes. This one actually came with the shipper box, but you don't want to see that. So on the front, you have Ghidorah in his very first appearance in all of his golden glory, but on the back, whoa, what is this? Well, we'll get into that in a second. But this guy is heavy duty. It is the Bandai Premium Touch. So I do appreciate having a box. Look at this. The art on the box alone, it's probably one of their absolute best that they've ever done. I absolutely dig this thing. Packaging is a lost art, people. Now let's look at Ghidorah himself. This is arguably the best that Bandai Premium has ever gone. This is an incredible figure, sculpt-wise, quality-wise, top to bottom. I am absolutely in love with it. It is head and shoulders above their original release from the 80s. As of course, technology has moved along, but it's just in the detailing alone. I mean, look at the head, the face, the tufts of hair. The paint job is a standard gold, but it just pops and shines like nothing I've ever seen before. There's small detailing in the eyes, the crowns. The wings are actually very movable, so you can get a good flap. And for storage, they do pop off and easily pop right back on. He's got his twin tails with the little tufts of fur on it. And they also have, of course, the Bandai Premium standard tag, which looks like the old school Bandai tags with some shot of Ghidorah I don't think I've ever seen before. And on the back, there's the standard bear. Actually, no stamp on this one either, which is a shame. Now, you might be wondering, hey, I saw something else at the beginning of this video. Well, let's flip over to that right now. Now, what you're looking at here is the main reason I bought this set. This is deep cuts, if there ever was deep cuts. You're looking at Ghidorah in his original incarnation. Yes, you might be wondering, hey, I've never seen Ghidorah blue. Well, that's because at the last minute, they decided to paint him completely gold, but he was originally intended to be this blue, rainbowish color. And it's a damn shame, but there are publicity photos that exist, and Bandai decided, hey, if we're going to sell you two figures, let's do a little something. Now, I praised the first version of the figure, but this is so much better. I adore this figure to death. This is one of my absolute favorite Bandai's ever made. The coloring alone pops fanatically. Under the blue, the wings have this beautiful rainbow color to them. He does have articulation, much like the gold one. His legs semi-move, the wings move, and the heads do have some swivel to them. But there's more to that, and I'll get to it in a minute. But beyond that, it's just, much like the gold one, it is an amazing sculpt. He stands roughly about 8.5 inches, so he's bigger, much like the gold counterpart, than the standard Bandai Movie Monster Series figures. And this set was a tad expensive. I believe the retail on it was close to $250, but I had no issue forking out the money for that because I have never been this ecstatic to get a figure in my life. I love this thing absolutely to death. I cannot hammer that alone. But Bandai decided to go above and beyond. They're like, hey, we're going to give you two figures, but like the 80s, we're going to add a little customization. And you might be wondering, Chris, how in the hell do you customize a vinyl figure? Well, let me show you. So inside the box, they give you 3 extra heads. So the heads are this cool, glassy-eyed, blank white stare Ghidorah, which just makes him look that much meaner. Now, you might be looking like, yeah, that just goes with him. But no. Let's show you where the customization begins. Now, as you can see, he looks even meaner. The white eyes, man, that adds such a beautiful touch. Now, you saw me wrap the heads out. Let me show you how it's actually done. So the heads simply just pop out. They are on a peg, as you can see. So they go right there. And they come in and out pretty easy. There's no looseness. And they will move to give you that wide breath. Or you can put them all together like so. So that's part of the cool customization, but it goes a bit further than that. Let me show you. There, as you can see, all the parts are completely swappable. Now, on the blue body, the gold doesn't exactly pop as well, but when you take the blue parts and put them on the gold body, oh, now you're cooking with something. This actually is probably the best Almagran you can come up with. This does work. Now, it does help that the necks do have the gold coloring underneath, but take a look at that. That's actually a really cool colorway. It works tremendously well, and I've actually seen people online actually display this particular Ghidorah just like this. I mean, it works. It absolutely works. It works fantastically. And you can even do a number of different combinations, swap out the other wings and whatnot, but I'm not going to bore you with that as it is. But this is what makes this particular figure set so worth it. Not only is the sculpt incredible, but the customization that you rarely ever get, if at all, on any vinyl figure is phenomenal. Well worth the price tag. It is a Bandai Premium, and much like all previous Bandai Premiums, I had to go through a third party to get this, so I did pay a little bit more, but to me, absolutely worth it. I adore the hell out of this figure. It's a center point of my collection. Well, there you have it. That is my review of Bandai Premium's 1964 King Ghidorah set. One of my absolute favorites out of this entire line. This is probably their peak, like I said before. Can't get better than this. They're good sized figures. The sculpts are incredible. The fact that you get the blue Ghidorah is a huge bonus, and that they're interchangeable makes it that much more appealing, especially to the old school toy collector in me. Love my gimmicks. So if you like what you see, remember, we do have a show. It's called the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. And if you don't like downloading, you can find us on any of your favorite streaming apps, including Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get finer podcasts. We're also on social media. You can find us on X at the Kaiju Kingdom, Instagram at the Kaiju Kingdom, and Facebook.com/the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. And that'll do it for this edition of the Koffers, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.